Welcome back to week 3 of DevCamp, where we continue to explore the organizational magic of CSS. This is video 3.4, the final video for week 3, where we'll go over how to use Flexbox and customize your site for different screen sizes. What on earth is a media query? Well, do you ever try to use a website on your phone and it just doesn't seem to work properly? Maybe the text and images don't fit well inside the screen, and you keep having to scroll right or pinch out to see things properly, and even then the website just doesn't look right? Well, that's the exact reason we have media queries. They allow us to define different rules for different media types, like phones, tablets, and computers. This way, the screen is customized for whatever device you're using. So, how do media queries work? They use the @media rule to include a block of CSS properties only if a certain condition is true. In other words, when a user's device meets certain criteria, then the website takes on the properties defined in the corresponding block of code. These are the different conditions we can look for when using media queries: the width and height of a viewport, the width and height of a device, the orientation, is the device in landscape or portrait mode, as well as the resolution. Let's now take a moment to look at media queries in action. Open up a new tab in your browser and go to your favorite site. Then, using your mouse or trackpad, right-click to open a pop-up window. Click Inspect. By clicking on this, we can dig into the code that makes up this site. For now, we want to focus on the top half of the screen. Here, you should see a viewfinder show a smaller version of the page you own. You can use this viewfinder to show your page in different sizes. I'm going to click on the responsive drop-down on the top left navigation bar. Now I can choose between different screen sizes. For example, if I click on Pixel 2, notice how the content on the screen adjusts to fit that screen size. I can also click on the phone icon with the 2 arrows to switch between landscape and portrait mode. Pretty cool, huh? Pause the video and take a few moments to play around with changing between different phone and screen sizes. When you're done, you can exit out of the Inspect mode by clicking the X in the far right of the bottom half of the screen. Then, click the play button on this video to see how we code media queries. To code a media query, you start by writing @media followed by the property you want to check in closed parentheses. You then place your specific CSS code for that property inside the closed curly braces by writing max width : 400 pixels. To know what size you want to change to, you can use the inspect method we used on the previous size. You can also play around with different sizes of your computer browser and watch how the text changes with different sizes. Let's try adding our own media queries to our websites. When playing around with my site, I noticed the font gets too big in the header when the screen size becomes smaller. So I think I'm going to add a media query for when the size of my site is at most 400 pixels. To keep my code organized, I'm going to add all my media queries at the bottom of my CSS file. Then I'm going to write @media, parentheses, max-width, 400 pix. Inside this block, I can now target elements just like we have been doing with CSS. For example, to change the header, I write H1 and then a set of closed brackets. Inside the brackets, I can change the font size to 1.25 EM by writing font-size: 1.25 EM. I can also change the font weight to normal by writing font-weight: normal. Now when I make the window smaller, the font size now fits inside the screen better. Kind of like magic, huh? But it's not, it's code. Now it's your turn. Try adding at least one other media query to adjust a different element at a different screen size. If you're interested in learning more about CSS, be sure to check out w3schools.com. There, you can dig deeper into other CSS customization techniques we didn't have time to get to in DevCamp, like how to make tables or emphasize text. Next week, we'll be diving into the wonderful world of JavaScript.